morning, everybody, and welcome back to our biblically based and minimalist-minded approach to the FlyLady system. So all this week, we have had the past 5 days to work on different little baby steps, right? Building this kind of foundation for us as we are looking at these things with the FlyLady system. We are giving them a very minimalist and simple approach and making sure that everything is rooted in God's Word. Because again, if we are not right with the Lord and we are not focused there first and foremost, all of the rest of these things are meaningless. So that is our first and foremost. We have gone through all of the different kind of stages as we start to put together our routines. Here at the beginning, we have to get the routines kind of set up and start building these habits and these rhythms to our days. And then we'll start really looking into the decluttering process and then diving into the zone cleaning and kind of breaking down, kind of getting into some of that deep stuff. So see, just like little kids growing and weaning and doing more and more and more. That's what we are doing here as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week. We were shining our sink and making sure we're praying as soon as we get up each morning, putting a priority and spending time in God's Word, swishing and swiping our bathroom, getting dressed to shoes, hitting some hot spots, all of the things, right? We've had some really cool stuff going on this week. And then we finished up yesterday with putting together our before bed routine and making sure we have a routine in place for church, be it you're doing it online, home church, where you're going somewhere, whatever it may be. So today I want to dive into talking about starting our control journal, which is really, really exciting. And I also want to share with you guys some of the things that I use. Again, I try to keep it as simple as I possibly can, but I want to go ahead and share the things that I'm using. So if there are some of these things that you are looking to need, you're trying to put your stuff together, I figured I would just share with you guys what we use anyways and what works for us. So let's go ahead, I guess, and start with the control journal. So the control journal is a binder that you put together that essentially just holds everything for you. It keeps everything nice and neat and tidy together. We started earlier this week just putting stuff on Post-it notes and putting them up to help give us some visuals, and we will still use those as time goes on because I think they are a great tool. I also love putting like setting alarms in my phone at the times that I would like to be trying to do these things as I'm trying to get in the habit of these routines and rhythms. And honestly, the longer and longer you do this, the less and less you really have to rely on those systems because it really does become second nature. But for the beginning, they're really important to help us keep our days, just to help us with our time management to be effective. And especially when we're adding in new things, if you aren't used to doing these things, it's so easy to totally forget. And life is busy and kids and husbands and stuff. It happens. So these are great little tools. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple of the options that we have. I'm also going to link down in the description area files for things that I'm using, that my friend's using, kind of have them all down there for you guys. So that way, if you're interested, you can go ahead and snag those if you need to. And then this weekend, that's what you can work on. So if you want to go ahead and print some stuff out and put some stuff together, if you just want to handwrite it out, you can do that too. It does not need to be fancy and perfect. It just needs to be done. Okay. So I put some stuff together that you guys are more than welcome to use. I put kind of a general one and then my exact one that I'm printing out for myself. So that way you can tweak and adjust and do whatever you need to do to make it suit you and your family and your needs. So 2 options that I usually go with, again, if you have just literally any type of folder that you can, notebook, a composition notebook or whatever that you can write in, that works. That is totally fine. And sometimes it's nice to handwrite these things out as you're trying to figure out your rhythms and routines so that way you're not having to constantly print out new pages. But again, that's totally up to you and whatever works for you. So you can be as simple as just having a spiral bound or a composition notebook that you're writing these things into. That's perfect. That works, okay? Or you could go ahead and get binders. So I have a setup for the full-size binder and then for the smaller mini binder. I prefer the mini binder. For me, having this smaller size that I can keep everything together in, I like it. And things are cuter when they're small. I don't know, but I like having the mini binder. But so if you look down and in the printables, there is an A5 size. That's to put in the mini binder. And then there's regular size. That's to go in a standard size. And these are just little like 1-inch binders. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't need to put a ton in here. This exact binder, I love. My friend Lex, this is her original from like years and years ago. She's letting me borrow. She had an extra one, so she's letting me borrow it because we love this one so much, and I will show you why. I found it online, and then when I went to share it and link it with one of my friends, I can't find it again. So I'm going to keep looking, and hopefully I will have it to link for you guys, but I really don't know what I'm going to find. I love it though because of this super awesome pocket. So ideally you could get any mini binder and just put a pencil pouch in it. You can get mini pencil pouches. You could put like glue some type of pocket onto the inside and work just the same, to be honest. But I love this one. It's got this great pocket, and this is great here to keep dry erase markers in, just a regular pen or pencil, Post-it notes, whatever. I love being able to put that in there. So in here, I've got some lined paper, again, of just that A5 size. That's got some writing on that one, that I can kind of keep stuff together. But then I have these sheet protectors. And in these sheet protectors are where all of my routines and the printables that are down there are going to go into here. And what we love about having the sheet protectors for, and I do need to get dividers for this. I have to find some on Amazon. I have not done that yet, but I will link some down below that I'm going to order. I just don't have. So that way I can keep all my stuff easily organized. But you print the things out that are down there, or you can write them out on lined paper and put them into the sleeve. And then that way, I just got a pack of fine point. These were the cheap ones at Walmart. I got a big pack because when I get the kids going with their folders, we're just going to split these up. But this way you can have the dry erase marker. I don't know how to get into this box. You can have the dry erase marker. I like these ones because you just click them and check stuff off as you go, add in any little thing, then wipe it off. It's ready to go for the next day. And it's a lot easier instead of having to print out new stuff. So I like having the mini binder. I will keep my dry erase markers right here in my little pouch. That way everything is one easy, simple, minimal setup. With all of my routines printed out, put in the sleeve protectors, and then that way I can just check them off as I go along. So you can do that, or again, you can do the full-size folder. This is what my kids will have. So I have these prepped and ready for when we add in the kids at the beginning of the month. But for them, they've got the tab dividers in here, so we can have like morning, afternoon, evening, and everything kind of split up with the tab dividers, and then that way we can add in any extra things we need to. They also have the sheet protectors, which all of the printables I will do in the sheet protectors for them, and I will add a pencil pouch. I got some just from like Dollar Tree that I will add in here for them, so that way each kid will get a color. They will have one, and that way I can keep it organized and they can have all of that in here together to start putting together their control journal when that happens. So literally a binder, a pack of dividers, some sheet protectors, a dry erase marker. I prefer a fine point one. I think it's just neater and easier to keep it all together. And then print out or write out the routines. And as we are adding stuff over the next couple of weeks with getting into decluttering and zones and things like that, we will be adding more stuff to these. So right now we're just getting started. We're just going to have a couple things in there, but we will be adding stuff as we go. If you want to add in, an address book, if you want to add in your budget, you want to add in your grocery shopping list and menu planning and all of those things, which we will get into. This way, all of this stuff can live in one folder. You can have homeschooling stuff in there. You can have, if you do, like Bible study groups or any other things, this way you have one thing that your whole life can live in and keep it organized. I know there's a lot of apps and things like that, but for me, I like to have a lot of the stuff where I can see it. I like to have dates and things set up in my calendar so that they pop up and they remind me. But as far as the things that need to be listed out and put together, menu planning and things like that, I like to be able to write it out and look at it and see everything there together in one like cohesive picture. So that helps me anyways. So that's what we have going with that. So let me take a sip of my tea. Let me share with you guys a few of the tools that that I use that help me. So starting off, the first thing that we do in the routine would be to swish and swipe in the bathroom. I have shared with you guys, but e-cloths are my favorite. These are a high quality microfiber cloth, very similar to Norwex, but incredibly affordable. Those MLM type companies that charge you, 8 arms and 20 legs for their things when you can get the same quality of product for like far less, kind of annoys me a lot. So I get these e-cloth ones, and I will link all of these things down below. I've been using e-cloth for years. I love them. I did go ahead, since I am bringing in the kids with this set, I did get this set. These are all the multi-purpose cloths. There is a home pack that has like a stainless steel cloth, a kitchen scrubber, a bathroom scrubber, a dusting rag, a glass one. I don't remember what all there was actually. I have them all, but there was one that was like a home starter pack that I will link below because I love it. I even use these cloths. This is what I clean my face with, just water in one of these cloths. Takes off all the makeup, all the things. I love it. I love that I can have this one thing and clean my whole house. I don't have a million different bottles of chemicals and this for that and whatever. I've got my cloths and I move through. They work so stinking well. I love them. So I did go ahead and get this so that way each kid can have one colored cloth. For that way, I've got just a little Dollar Tree caddy that everything goes into, and all the cloths go in there. The other thing I'm going to share with you that I have, that goes in there and everything gets done. It makes it really super simple. So I just got this pack. One little tip I will share whenever you get any of these things, I will link some stuff with my Amazon associate link. What that does is if you happen to click on the links that I have down there and end up purchasing any of these things, or even if you find something else that you purchase, Amazon gives us a teeny little kickback. And it's kind of nice. We don't charge for any of the things that we do in ministry. So sometimes we make, 20, 30 bucks a month, which is super helpful for our family as we do live by faith and trust the Lord to provide what we need to take care of the things that we need to take care of. So if you use any of those, we would definitely appreciate it. Whenever I shop on Amazon, a little trick that I use is I always kind of look, it shows you, the price and the item and whatever. But then if you scroll down a little bit, it will show you if there's any other options. And sometimes you can find that product. Sometimes they have some in their warehouse. So that means it got sent back because, a package was damaged, or maybe something got returned, but it was unused, or whatever the case may be. So whenever there is a warehouse special, I get it. And you guys, sometimes you only save a couple bucks. Sometimes you save a substantial amount. And even the things that I've gotten that the package was damaged, and so there might be a couple scuff marks on the item, I can never even find scuff marks. So everything I've gotten is like pristine when I use Amazon Warehouse. And I save so much money that way and get really good deals, kind of keeping an eye out for those kind of warehouse buys. So that's even how I got my cloths. They happen to have these, a warehouse special, just because the original packaging had gotten damaged. So I got this set for a fraction of the cost as it would have been, just directly, because it had to come in different packaging. So I was okay with that. So these are the multi-purpose cloths. The one thing I will say with e-cloth is this little blue towel here, it's like magic. Like, I don't want to say magic because I don't believe in magic, obviously, but it's like, I don't know the word to use. It's amazing. You can clean glass, mirrors, whatever with the regular microfiber cloth. Just water. You just get these wet, wring it out, scrub everything down. And then this for the glass, mirrors, even for shining your sink, this thing shines stuff up like you don't even know. It's phenomenal. No chemicals, no nothing. You just use this. So all of these cloths came in one cool little set with that, but I will link this set and also just the general home cleaning set that has some of everything down in there, because I really believe in them. They're affordable and they work well and they hold up well, because I use mine on everything and all of my cloths are still going strong. So that's what we use for that when it comes to that part of it. The other thing I will say is sometimes I like to have a little scent. I love using my microfiber cloths because they kill all the bacteria, all the stuff. They clean everything so well and without any nasty chemicals. but sometimes I like to have a little scent because sometimes it just feels like that little pat on the back, job well done when you walk in and everything smells delicious. So what I do is I just get the Mrs. Meyer's cleaner, just the multi-surface concentrate. And then I have one of these glass bottles from Grove Collaborative, which Grove Collaborative, they have their own kind of concentrate stuff that you can put into. Honestly, I get one of these bottles. They're like 10 to 12 bucks, and one will last me months and months and months. It lasts me so long. So I just put a tiny, honestly, I don't really measure it out. I fill this glass bottle up with water to about here, and then I put a little bit of concentrate in, and it's perfect. It's just enough. So I do that so that way I don't always use this. Sometimes I just grab the cloths and I do that, but usually in the caddy, I keep this little spray bottle in there as well, so I can give everything a couple little squirts. It makes it smell yummy. And because it is Mrs. Meyer's, it doesn't have a ton of horrible stuff in it. So you could also use some vinegar, you could put some essential oils in. There's so many different ways that you can have a natural cleaner if you want to have a little bit of something. But with the microfiber cloths, you don't actually need anything. You can clean everything with just water and the cloths. But if you want a little something, here's what I do. So that's what I use as far as the cleaning of all of the surfaces. The next thing, which I guess this is how you know how old you are, the next item brings me so much joy. I have wanted to purchase this for a while, and I always had a reason why I didn't. And I always just stuck with the same old gross one we had in our bathroom. But now, since I've started this FlyLady system with you guys, kind of giving myself this reboot, I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to link is really inexpensive. You might even find a Amazon warehouse deal for it. But again, you guys, this is how you know how old you are. I am excited over a toilet scrubber. So, hello, welcome to life. This is what brings me joy. Guys, this is a brand new one that I got for our bathroom, which I can't use because it's in the midst of construction. So it has not been used. Let me just say, as I handle it, you will see why. Toilet brushes are disgusting. And I don't know about you, but all the caddies, all the different things, they're just, water always gets everywhere and things leak. And I don't know, it's disgusting. And it drives me crazy. And then, the kids go over and I don't know, it drives me nuts. So if we are going to be swishing our toilets every day and using it, I want to make sure that I have a toilet brush that I enjoy, right? If I am scrubbing the toilets every single day, which we are with the swish and swipe, I need to do it in the morning and in the evening because I have 2 bathrooms. I want to have a toilet brush that I enjoy using. And you guys, I enjoy using this. So it comes with a cool little caddy and everything to hold it nice and neat. The base, well, this one doesn't. The base does pop off. This one's more put together than the other one, but the base does pop off if you need to get in there and clean it really well. And we will get into this, but in our zone cleaning, when we get to the nitty gritty detailed cleaning, I have every time I'm in the bathrooms, as part of my zone cleaning, to clean and sanitize the toilet brushes. So you can pop all this apart, clean and sanitize everything real well from time to time. But comes with a nice little caddy, and I like it. It's very simple, minimal. It doesn't, command much attention. But this is the toilet brush. You guys, it is a rubber toilet brush. How cool is that? So, rubber toilet brush, there are no holes anywhere. So water does not get into any of the part. That's the part I love, because the water gets in there and then the nastiness gets in there and then it gross and it leaks and I don't like it. So this doesn't have that. It's got a nice long fancy, even got a little grip in action there. So when you really got to get in there and do some scrubbing, I never thought I'd have a video where I talk to the internet about toilet brushes, but hello life. I love this. So it's super scrubby. You even got the extra little thing here to get up under the lip. So my husband just got home from his physical therapy appointment and he comes in. I didn't see his car pull up. And he comes in and he goes, "Are you filming yourself talking about a toilet brush?" I said, "Yes. Yes, I am. And I understand that that's weird. But I think it might be even more weird that I'm really excited to talk about the toilet brush." And he said, "Okay, well," and then he left. So yes, I'm talking about a toilet brush. I feel very passionate about this toilet brush. It is fantastic though, and the rubber, and it cleans so well. The other one that I've used, not this one that I'm currently touching. And I love it, and everything stays all nice and neat together, and it just hangs right here. It pops down into the little slot, and voila, amazing toilet brush. So you guys, if we're going to be doing this every day, we might as well have tools that we enjoy using and that work well and do the job. So yes, I just profess my love for a toilet brush. So the next thing that I'm going to add in that this can really help us when we're doing these things, and the kids will find this really fun when we bring the kids into it, I promise. And honestly, even I do, is a timer. So having a timer set that you're like trying to like race against the clock, minus when I tried to do my 2-minute hotspot the other day, and you guys, the video covers like a 20-minute period, because my husband came in and stopped me, the kids came in and stopped me, a delivery driver came in and stopped me. Like I got stopped. I kept starting and stopping my timer. So the time that I was working was right at 2 minutes, but the video lapse was like 20 minutes because I got stopped a million times. But having a simple little timer that you can set, especially when we get into decluttering and zones and the different things, keeping up with Bible reading and just so many different things, it can be really beneficial to help you stay on track with a quick little timer. Of course, I could use my cell phone, I could set a timer or just pay attention to the clock or whatever, but these are super inexpensive. I went ahead and got a 4-pack set. They were all a different colors. So we've got white, there's like a blue, a green, and a pink. So that way each of our kids can have a different color. See that where I'm color coding the things? It makes it really, really simple to know whose is whose and keep everything just simple and organized. I love this because it's got a little... It does require a AAA battery, but it's got this cool little stand on the back. It is also, oops, I don't break it. It's also magnetic, so I can just keep them all up on the fridge. Super simple and easy. And then very clear, simple buttons. So even my youngest kiddo can turn it on, click the M button until she gets to the amount of minutes she needs to have, and click start or stop. So that part makes it really super easy to do with that. So I will link these down below as well, because I think, again, inexpensive. If you already have a timer, you have something, you don't have to go get something new. If that works for you, that's totally fine. But if you were looking for something, we got these and we really love them. So those were a couple of my like FlyLady specific tools that I have and I super love and I think are beneficial. And then I'm going to go ahead and just share with you guys a couple of my other just normal cleaning tools, because I know some of you have asked me questions about different things that we have and use that we have, tested out and we really enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and share those with you guys today. So again, not that you need to go and get any of these things, but if you were already looking and trying to find something that will work better and fit your family's needs at a reasonable price, as we have to be very cost effective in all of the things that we do, these are the items that we have had, and they're kind of our tried and true type items that work really well for us. So I'll go ahead and share with you guys those things. Otherwise, you can go and peruse all of the linked documents below and start going ahead and putting together. So for this weekend, let's go ahead and at least get our morning routine and our evening routine put into our control binders. So get your control binder, however you want to set it up, get some protective sheets, dry erase markers, dividers if you want, or again, if you want to just have a standard spiral bound or composition notebook and write it in there, you can do that as well. But let's go ahead and start off with our morning routine and our evening routine, getting those in there. Basically, all the information that we've already had on the Post-it notes is what you're putting in here. You can print out the Bible reading tracker or any of the other things. Again, they're all linked down there. Your church routine, put that in there. And then every day now, as we are starting to dig a little bit deeper and put more of these things together, you just keep adding them into the binder. And that's the cool part about that, is you just keep compiling everything in there, adjust it as you need it. Sometimes try something out for a week or a few days, and if you need to make some adjustments, go back in and do so. But this way we can start just adding to this little by little. You have all weekend to work on it, put it together. If you don't get it finished this weekend, that's fine too. Just get it done when you can get it done. It's not that big of a deal. But we'll start putting these things together as we move on. And next week, we're going to dive into some more stuff. So now that we've gotten this first week under our belt, we're getting some of these basics underhand. Now we can start adding to that and doing a little bit more. And again, it's not overwhelming. So don't feel that it is. Because I think sometimes if we're not used to doing any of this stuff, it's like, there's so many things. But it's just little tiny intentional steps that we take each day. And not every day has to be perfect, okay? I know for us, yesterday was a really rough day. We got some really hard news. There was a lot of stuff going on. We were just busy with the church. And then it was one of those, I didn't even film any little clips of any of the things. I got my stuff done. I got exactly what I needed to get done, but I was like, this is what it is. I'm not going to be able to have any fancy, fun little things that go along with it, but you do the best you can, right? And that's okay. You do what you can and jump in where you're at, and don't worry about getting behind. Don't worry about being overwhelmed. Just little tiny intentional steps. And the more and more you do them, the more and more you get used to it. For me, I wake up and I go into the bathroom and get dressed to shoes. I don't even think about it. I just do it every morning. Same thing. When I'm finishing up getting ready, I just kind of wipe down the countertop and walk over and swish and swipe the toilet. You don't even really think about it because it just becomes part of your routine and habit. So the more and more we do these things, the easier and easier it becomes. So don't worry about being overwhelmed or getting behind or anything like that, because it's these little tiny changes that make all the difference, and you've totally got it. So let me show you some of the other fun things that we have, and I guess that's it for today. I'll go show you. Alrighty, guys, this was one of those like splurge things for me that was a gift that I got. So this is the Shark, what is it, Navigator Freestyle. So it is the little Shark vacuum. It's kind of a light duty vacuum, but it is cordless. And for our house, the whole house is hardwood floors. Hi, dude. Hello. But for us, all of our floors are the hardwood floors, and I do have a couple little rugs that I like to vacuum. This works on carpet as well, but it is just a light duty vacuum. I love it because it's cordless. I just have the charger port over there here in our room so that way I can charge it as need be. And it is so nice. I keep this thing in here and I can just easily pull it out, vacuum up everything I need to vacuum up. It's got a setting for carpet and for bare floors. And yeah, I really, really love this thing. You can get under everything, twist and turn. It works really super well. Did you get the timer?
I do.
Yep, and you turn it on? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So this is one thing that I have that if you're looking for a little vacuum, you need something to have on hand. This was quite a treat, and the cordless really makes this fantastic. These are the baskets. I got these at Big Lots for $5, and we did this like open shelf vanity here in our bathroom, so I just have these baskets down here. Hey, baby. And I just got these caddies from Dollar Tree, which are super awesome. I like them because they're plastic, so when the kids make a big mess, I can just wash them off. But I love these, the kids' toothbrushes, toothpaste, everything can go in there. And then we have one of these for cleaning, and for the cleaning one, I just put the e-cloths back in there, my Mrs. Meyer cleaner bottle, kind of throw that in there, and then that way we can easily access and grab everything. So cheap and easy, but works well. Tucked over here in the corner by our coat rack is my Robotic vacuum. This is the iLife brand. I keep all of my protective sheets on stuff, so normally it doesn't have, you would peel all of this off, but I like to keep it protected. This brand I love. I have tried one other brand, but this, I just go back to the iLife. They're inexpensive. I love how they work. It auto charges here on its dock. Again, you can find warehouse sales for these a lot. This is the older version as well. I'm going to note, I'll link a couple options down, but ours is actually the older one. I love ours. You push up here, it's got the container, the canister in here to collect everything. And then if we flip it over, see, it's got the two brushes to pick everything up. I like this one for our hardwood floors, and with all the dogs and everything and all the hair that gets picked up, there is no roller brush. So if you've got like a low pile carpet, you would probably want the roller brush. Oops, look, last night it tried to vacuum up a little Lego bunny. But with us having the the hardwood floors, I don't want the roller brush. For us, the roller brush is a huge disaster. So I get this older one without the roller brush. This thing is amazing. I absolutely love it. Every evening I click start and it vacuums our kitchen, our dining room, our living room, our hallway. It vacuums everything. So this is my go-to, and then I only have to use my other vacuum from time to time. I kind of do the bedrooms with it and the furniture, but this takes care of all of my floors. And then again, this was my Mother's Day gift, which was super exciting because my last steam mop I had for a million years and it finally broke. And so I have a big like spin brush floor scrubber, but it's kind of a pain to pull everything out and not all the kids can use it. None of the kids can use it. So I did get this Shark steam mop. It's got the one where you can use both sides and you don't even have to touch the pads. You just click the button and push the new mop thing on and off. It also has a really long cord, so I can pretty much do our whole space in here and everything in there in the living room. I can do everything. And oops, Lily, you left your shoes out. So I'm really liking this steam mop. I would like to get some extra mop pads just because if your floors are really dirty and after a while you end up just kind of pushing the dirt around. So I would like to get a couple extra ones so I can swap them out when I go. But being able to use both sides really helps. And I really do like this. I can clean all of our floors in like 10 minutes. It's really nice to just be able to plug that in. I put a couple drops of essential oil in there. I don't know if you're actually supposed to, but I do. And it makes it smell really good. And then I'm able to just quickly go through the whole floors because of course they've already been vacuumed with our robotic vacuum. So then I can just go over the floors when it's floor cleaning day and everything is done and taken care of. So I've been loving that. And I also got that on a warehouse deal. So I got it for like a fraction of the cost. It was really exciting. One last thing that we use that I absolutely love are these air purifying bags. These have charcoal in them. And I've got these large bags here. They have small ones, large ones, whatever. Once a month, you set these out in the sun to recharge them. And then you put these in any space that is stinky or damp or needs a little purification. And what?
We have 8 chickens. Root was just being broody.
Are you serious?
Yes, come here.
One of our chickens that's been missing for what, like a week now?
Yeah.
That we thought for sure got eaten must have just been off somewhere being broody because she magically just reappeared.
I just noticed that. I just heard.
Well, that is really, really fantastic. Yay! Chicken back from the dead. Air purifying bags. So we take these, I keep one in each bathroom to help with the moisture and just kind of keep it smelling fresher. I keep one in our space where the cat litter box is kept, just again to keep the smell and nastiness away. And then I also keep one, we have a small, like my baking pantry that we keep our trash can in the bottom of the little closet there. Just, we have a little kid, so we need to keep the trash can put away. And so I have a little hook hanging next to our trash can with one of these just to keep any odor and stuff out. And then on the first of every month, I collect all the bags, I throw them outside for about an hour or until I remember them, let them sit out in the sun, recharge, put them back where they go, and they keep everything smelling so well. I will even share, these work so well. In our laundry room, we had a mini fridge that was kind of, it's one of those things that my husband had to have, and it drove me crazy. And anyways, we keep it in there, and it had some like just overflow stuff in it that didn't really fit in here. And so we just put it in there. It had a freezer and a fridge. Well, at some point in time, because we don't access it often, it stopped working and none of us noticed that. And so we noticed that something just smelled off in the laundry room. We couldn't figure out what on earth it was. And so we were trying to go through it, and then we opened up the fridge door, and sure enough, it's been not working for a while and none of us have noticed it. So there was some meat and stuff in there that had gone bad, and that was the smell that we were starting to smell. So we got everything out of there, everything cleaned out, and it smelled so disgusting. I grabbed 2 of these bags out of the bathrooms and I threw them in the laundry room, shut the door. We came in the next morning and it smells completely fresh in there. You smell nothing. These things are pretty amazing. They have small ones that you can put in shoes, you can put them in drawers, you can have one in your car. Really, you can do anything. So definitely love these charcoal bags, and you can use these for years and years and years. So really, it's a one-time purchase that's going to last forever, no nasty chemicals, and it is going to help you in cleaning the air, removing the moisture, making everything smell a lot better. So I will link these as well. I think these are all of my favorite things. I really don't use anything else because, again, we keep it minimal and simple. This is what we use. This is what we have. This is what I'm going to be working with all of the different things that we do. So you can go now, check out any of those things. Everything is linked down below with our associates link. And then you can get to work on your control journal. So when you get it put together, take a picture, tag me on Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to see what you guys have put together. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Adjust, make the things work. I'm sharing with you what I have, and then I'm sharing an extra one that's kind of just kind of has the core things and then just some open lines. You can write in what you need to, but make it work for you and your family and your situation and what you have going on. All right. Praying this blesses you all. Hopefully we'll get to see some of you at church this weekend. Otherwise, I will be back on Monday and we will dive into week 2 of taking on the FlyLady system. Bye guys.